Glenn, I think you've got some breaking news here.
We'll get to the currency, but let's start with one of the issues, the issue of EU membership, because that's a developing story tonight, an intervention from the Prime Minister of Spain. He said, amongst other things, that EU entry would need to be approved by all 28 member states. That's not something you would disagree with, John Swinney.
What we've set out in the document is the process and the manner by which Scotland would move from being part of the European Union as part of the United Kingdom to being within the European Union as an independent state. And we've set that out under the principle of the continuity of effect, which would enable us to argue for an amendment to the treaty under Article 48. Now, where we
just on this first point, just on the first point, you accept that such an amendment would need to be approved by the parliaments of all 28 member states. That's non-controversial now.
Well, that's the point that I was going on to I agree with the Spanish Prime Minister about, that there is the requirement for that treaty amendment to be agreed by all of the member states. And we've got to take this debate, Glenn, on to, well, what would be the dynamics and the circumstances of that? Because Scotland is already a participant in the European Union. Our law is fully compliant with the European Union. And essentially what we are arguing for is the ability to move from the status of membership as part of the United Kingdom to being a member state in our own right.
You believe that could happen from within the European Union before the point of independence?
Well, crucial, that is absolutely the crucial point. Because, well, John, just let me finish the point for a moment. That's the crucial point, because Scotland is currently a member of the European Union. We're not an aspiring or a membership applicant. Okay. We are in the European Union by virtue of our membership of the United Kingdom, and we have within Scotland our citizens of the European Union with all the rights.
Let me just put the other part of Mariano Rajoy's quote to you. He says that if part of a member state becomes independent, it would be left out of the European Union.
But that can't be the case, because we are members of the European Union, as you've just said in your question to me just now. Once Scotland votes for independence, a yes vote in September 2014,
so
we remain still within the European Union, and the day of independence doesn't happen until 2016.
So he's just got it wrong.
So we are doing this from within the European Union as part of our membership of the European Union, by virtue of our participation within the United Kingdom.
But the problem is, this is not a commentator on events. This is somebody who would participate and have a vote. If you have moved from a position where it's automatic to saying you need agreement, presume you have to contemplate the possibility that somebody might disagree, otherwise it's automatic. These are two separate things. You might say it would be good, you might, indeed I think you say in here that it would be in the self-interest collectively of the EU and of each individual country, but that surely is for them to decide whether it's in their interest or not, given they do have the opportunity either to agree or disagree.
Let's explore the reasons why Scotland should be able to sustain that membership of the European Union, because of our entrenched involvement.
There is a fundamental problem here, isn't it? I mean, because what you're now telling us is that when it comes to Scotland's entry to the European Union, we shouldn't believe the Prime Minister of Spain, we shouldn't believe the President of the European Commission, just as when it comes to your currency union, we shouldn't believe George Osborne, the Chancellor of the Exchequer, we shouldn't believe the Prime Minister David Cameron. They were, as Alex Salmon said to me yesterday, engaging in political posturing. For people who are slightly confused by all this and trying to make up their minds, is there actually anyone they should believe who's not a member of the SNP cabinet?
But what I'm saying is that the rational explanation and the rational reasons why Scotland should be able to sustain our membership of the European Union through the transition that I've talked about is very plain and simple. We've got shared interests with the European Union. The European Union is an organisation that invites members in, it expands, it grows, it tries to involve new and additional countries.
If you need the agreement of the Prime Minister of Spain and he doesn't give it to you, then it doesn't matter what your rational explanation is.
But that's not what Mr. Rajoy is saying. He's expressed no opinion about whether he would support or otherwise Scotland's membership of the European Union. What is at the heart of this debate is the fact that we have acquired rights as a member of the European Union, which we have today, and which under the principle of continuity of effect, seeking an amendment under Article 48 of the treaty, we would be able to sustain that membership as an independent member of the European Union.
On that basis, you're arguing that it's automatic. You've conceded it's not automatic. People are entitled to disagree. we would hear that at least one person with a vote is suggesting he may not use the vote in that way.
That's not
And
what
it's
you said. That's not what you said.
It's
You
not
see, that's
sufficient
not- that's
simply
not-
to say rationally
No.
we might end up in such and such a place. You have told us in the past that this is absolutely certain, there's no doubt about it, you want to stay inside the European Union. It would now appear that that's assertion, like so much in here, rather than actual documented fact.
Let's park that just for